Welcome, everyone, to Speak for Yourself with Marco and Patrick. I am Marco Glorious.
And I'm just Patrick.
And we are two different types of guys who respectfully share and listen to the society's opinions while making certain to listen to each other, but always speak for ourselves.
Now, we're not experts, so if you're angry, blame yourself. We are only speaking for ourselves.
Yeah, as always.
Marco, there is a lot to discuss and a lot of new things that people are seeing.
We looking different out here, boy.
We're looking
But
different.
we're looking the same as well.
I know. I mean, this was not planned. Actually, it was because I told him that I was going to be wearing red
Yeah.
on a certain day, and then all of a sudden you show up wearing red.
But
and
why
I'm
would
like,
you tell me that you're
because
going to wear
I
red?
didn't think that you would be wearing red the same.
I thought you were telling it to me for a reason. Like, hey, I'm wearing red. Wear red.
I wanted to be festive because, like Mariah Carey, December is my month. Festivities. So I was like, let me dress in all red, like,
Whatever.
you know, like the Omen. But he shows up in a red shirt, and I'm like, oh, so now we match, and now we out here doing couple things?
Hey, easy. I'm just chilling. It's a red champion sweatshirt. I love champion because I'm a champion myself.
Anyway, if you guys are watching, you may see that we're in a different room, which I actually I enjoy.
This might be the new move.
This might be the new move. We got the table.
You know what I
We got
mean?
the right angle. You getting on the chest. And you guys might see something new as well behind us. It's a new, what is it, Marco?
It's our new logo. What? I like it. Done by the very talented Autumn.
Autumn Foss on Instagram. That's AUTUMNFOS on Instagram.
Yeah, she
She
remixed
works
us.
at the lovely Gotham podcast studios where we film and shoot, where you guys are hearing from. So shout out to her. She kindly told us that she has a couple of edits that she would like to do to our previous logo. And you know, we're always open for criticism. And look what she accomplished in less than a week, y'all, by the way.
It's popping.
She has
Pop-Tart.
encapsulated who we are as people. I think I'm cuter, but you
No, you look the same.
do I?
Yeah, but
sound like a
I
hater.
look good. You know what I mean?
And look at that font show.
Yeah. That's what I love the most.
Giving realness. I love
so
it.
thank you, Autumn,
Thank
for that.
you
We
so much,
appreciate
Autumn.
you. We love you for that.
Please, Autumn Foss on Instagram, guys. Please follow her.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually wanted to discuss about something that I'm a little bit intimidated to talk about because I mean,
You
it might
intimidated?
it might hit a sour. It might hit something. It might hit the heartstrings.
Okay,
you know I'm a
alright.
strong dude, but this one might break me down.
Let's talk about it. What are we talking about, Pat?
I think we're talking about body image, especially in men, and
Yes.
especially specifically in black men. Show
We are black men.
Marco, do you have body image issues?
I think
Have you had them?
Yeah, I think everyone has at some point in their life to a certain extent, and yes, I have. I've worked in industries where your
We
image,
work in an industry where our
correct.
image is number one.
Your image
How you
is
look,
so
how you talk,
prominent,
how you
it's so prevalent, and you have to keep that in mind with everything that you do. In my opinion, especially working in entertainment.
You think so?
Yeah.
So you think that proper body type, proper image is important?
Yes, and depending on what you do, there's degrees to it.
Got it.
So I used to work in the fitness industry,
Mhm.
and when working in the fitness industry, it was even more so. But actually, entertainment might be just as much as fitness.
Working in the fitness industry, do you think a lot of the times, and I know how it is at the gym with guys, when you were training, do you think a lot of guys like to size other guys up based off of how they look and how they're training and
Yes.
what it is that they represent? How so?
Okay, so Patrick said, yeah, I used to be a personal trainer, but not even other guys. I think, clients that are potentially looking for personal trainers want their personal trainer to have a certain look or
To be
aesthetic.
honest, I have to say, I had a personal trainer a few years ago, and I don't want someone that looks like a slob. It's like when you have a doctor, you don't want the fat doctor. You want the doctor that is the epitome of health.
I think
You want the dentist with the perfect
you
teeth.
kind of have to look
Yeah,
the part.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what is the point of me coming to you? What is the knowledge? But there are knowledgeable trainers that can get you right that aren't necessarily like the most aesthetically pleasing.
Got it.
Yeah, so shout out. I used to work at Equinox, and there was definitely degrees to like master trainers and their lower level entry trainers, and some of those master trainers were older gentlemen who they had a lot of knowledge, but they didn't necessarily look the part.
Do you think though that the look is becoming, and especially in society, more than the health aspect of it? Because shouldn't you be wanting to be healthy and not look a type of way?
Yes, but we're a superficial country, I
I
would say,
mean,
superficial land.
I think you're right.
And
Do you think women get more of a flack than men do? Because men are superficial as fuck.
yeah, I think a lot of people.
I
don't
think
realize
we're more
that.
superficial than most people think, men.
It's funny because in the gym, you know, you see people working out, but you're literally, when you're starting out, whether or not you're a personal trainer, bodybuilder, fitness guru, you're looking at someone else's body, another male's body, and saying, hey, I like those shoulders.
Yeah.
I like those traps.
It's funny that you bring that up.
I like those arms. I want to get my arms to be like that.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
it's funny because, you know, we did the plastic surgery episode last season, and it's interesting how even when we look in the fitness aspect, the healthy way, we still compare ourselves to people as to what we want to look like.
and there's nothing wrong with
It
that.
could be, no, nothing at all. It's good to have goals and it's good to strive for something. But do you think that kind of goes into what we think as body image or issues with our image based off of what we think we could attain or what we think we should obtain?
Some people get fucked up in the mind.
Yeah, how so?
Because they might, there starts to have some sort of unattainable ideologies as far as what they really think that their body can get to.
Oh, talk
Because
about that.
okay, so not for nothing. Right
Mhm.
now, I'm still a fit. I'm considered to be a fit individual.
Yeah.
I am nowhere near in shape that I want to be,
Got it.
but I also know how to maintain a certain level of fitness just to kind of just keep myself on the same playing field.
Got it.
Um,
So you would consider yourself healthy. You're able to, you know, run around with your daughter, walk up and down the stairs, maintain a
Yes.
certain
Yes.
lifestyle
Correct.
while
Yes.
also still fitting in your clothes
Yes.
every day and still looking the way that you want to look.
Also, though, I work a lot. I also
Yeah.
don't have as much time as I did when I was personal
Mm.
training. So I factor all these things in. If I had more time, I'd be in the gym.
So do you
much
think you
harder.
give yourself a little bit of a break? And I think
Yeah.
other people don't.
Well, you have to encompass all of these things.
Yeah.
Like, listen, if you're not going to be able to look the way Kim Kardashian or
Unless you have a good doctor.
let me say a man. Let's say The Rock. You're not going to
Yeah.
be able to look like The Rock because The Rock has a full staff at his beck and call.
I think
He
you're
has
right.
a gym that he travels with,
Mhm.
which is great. If I
And
had
he
that,
also has a lifestyle that encompasses or allows him to train in a way that
That's his
makes him
brand.
look like
Yeah,
that way.
yeah.
He can take, you know, 6 hours of a day and be in the gym and still make money. If anything, he's making money by being in the gym
he
for 6
travels
hours.
with his gym.
Yeah.
So we don't have that luxury.
Mhm.
So don't be as hard on yourself because you can't look like The Rock if you don't train the way The Rock trains. And that's fine. If you don't have the time to, you have to make sure that you are able to just really know what goals you're able to accomplish for your life and
Got
the way
it.
that you live.
Do you think other counterparts tend to put pressures on ourselves or friends or partners or just things in society, especially in male perspective, that it pushes us to be harder on ourselves to look a certain way, to be a certain way?
Well, as a man,
Because
right?
you can speak for the straight perspective, because I actually have something about the gay narrative about that, but please.
Okay. Well, as men, we always want to, you know, from growing up from a boy, you want to be strong, you want to look healthy, that in turn helps you, you know, get more women or more, you know, whatever sex you're attracted to.
Yeah.
It gets you more. You're more liked. You're more likable. Whatever. That's the way that our society views things.
Mhm.
So yeah, you want to put your best foot forward when it comes to your health and how you look. But sometimes people go too far.
Mhm.
Some people focus on the wrong things, and some people get obsessed.
Got it.
And there's a lot of people in the fitness industry, you know, there's stuff like, you know, obviously the steroids come
Yeah.
into play. Stuff like synthol.
Mhm.
Synthol is a injectable that some people do. They just to inflate their muscles, and when it goes wrong, it looks like you have Popeye arms or legs or whatever. Wherever you're injecting
But
the
they're not
synthol.
eating their spinach.
They're not eating their spinach, and they're not even working out. So
Yeah.
it's just something purely for aesthetic reasons. And it's like, okay, I wanted to work out. I started to work out. You know, I played sports. That was great, yada, yada, yada. But I wanted to be strong.
Got it.
You know, I wanted to be strong in the gym. I wanted to see how strong I can be. So at the end of the day, it was, yes, I wanted to look good. I used to be very, very skinny, like 100.
I've seen the photos he has.
160 pounds.
You know, put that on your Instagram. Let the girls see.
6'2". I'm 6'2", but I used to be. I literally used to fluctuate between 160 and 180 pounds.
I wasn't that weight. Anyway.
And what ended up happening, I was always fit, but I was a skinny guy. I'm naturally a skinny guy. If I don't work out, if I don't lift heavy weights,
Yeah.
I shrink.
Got it.
So every so often I lift heavy. Now I don't max out anymore, but I literally went from fluctuating between 160 to 180 pounds in 6 months or so I went up to 245
Wow.
of muscle.
Wow.
But I changed the way that I worked out. I was lifting heavy. I was always eating a lot, but I started eating even more. Ate like a beast, lifting heavy, clean and pressing 300 pounds, benching 405. But it takes the wear and tear on your body.
Yeah.
It takes.
And your body needs to rest.
Your body needs to rest. And now my lifestyle is I'm so much of a workaholic. If I was to work out the way I was working out when I was 245 of rock solid muscle, I'd be killing myself because my body would be so tired, physically tired. So you have to know what's right for your body and what's right for you. I feel like, give myself a few weeks. I can get myself looking to where I want to look. Not everybody has that luxury or
and
that
not everyone
knowledge.
has the same type of body. Not everyone has the same type of body chemistry that would allow them to look like a Marco or look like a Patrick or look like a Rock or look like a Yaya Kardashian. Or a Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Do you think though, and I think this is a fair question to ask, and I'm gonna add my answer to it. Are pretty people more successful? Is that why we often strive to be perfect and pretty in what we think equals success?
So our idea of what pretty is in this country, I would say yes. Now,
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
I think that
it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But our idea of what is attractive in this country, the reason why it is that way is because people want to.
I mean, just to trickle back to what you were saying, from the gay perspective, image is everything. We are men. We lead with our eyes. We want visual aspects of everything. And unfortunately, in the gay community, bigger people, browner people aren't necessarily seen as the most attractive or the most desirable. And that can really fuck with you. That can fuck with you in regards to your body image type, your mentality, how you move, how the mythologies of how you date and how you live in society as what it is. And unfortunately, I don't think that's really changing because if anything, now perfection is seen as monetary gain and everything is seen as filtered or perfect, and everyone is striving for that, especially now with the age of social media.
Well, let's even take out the gay, right? Like if you start with what was the standard of beauty in this country, it started with the European standard. So with that being the origin of what beauty is in this country, so that's what it is.
So do you think that psychosomatics behavior kind of ends up fucking with brains?
Absolutely.
And it's just being trickled from child to child to child or generation to generation because of that? Do you think that's what's happening?
It has happened for such a long time. It's starting to change.
Yeah.
People, now for...
How do people tell the younger people to believe in their own beauty? Like your beauty is your beauty is based upon what you think is beautiful. How do we do that?
That comes from support, family, love. I think now there's also representation that's happening in so many different genres, from film, television. That's where people are going to start to see and be pleased in and being happy within themselves. It's like, what, that person looks like me, and that person gets so many accolades.
Yeah.
And
but I also think it's safe to say that person also has to be aware of that narrative and also support their own beauty, because we tend to hype up a lot of these people who are very insecure, have their own body image issues. And that still skews the narrative as to what we're trying to change, right? So if I'm on a platform and people are saying like, oh, I like you're beautiful, you have good skin, you have this, all that stuff. If I don't believe it, how am I then to carry that torch to help the next person?
Yeah.
Right? Is that safe to say?
Absolutely.
Do you think that your image or how you look body-wise has helped you in your life and your career?
Absolutely.
Has gotten you in more doors, gotten you on more dates and stuff like that?
Yeah, I can't. I'm not going to deny it. Okay. I would say, let's say, you pick a poll of 10 people.
Yeah.
Most women would say they would like a taller guy. I'm not the tallest guy, but I'm above average, right? I'm 6'2".
Above average now. Hold on. What department?
Yeah, listen.
Height?
Height, length, girth. No, but okay, so and now I guess beards are popular, you know what I mean? Like I guess they used to be popular in like the 60s and 70s.
I haven't had a beard since high school. Her name was Ashley.
See, I know what that is now.
I
know what that is now.
I'm teaching people things. They're learning. He's listening and learning.
But yeah, beards are in. They've been in for a few years now, so people like my beard. Yeah. Cool. I've always been into hats. before hats were a thing.
Ooh, don't throw no shade. Don't throw
I'm
no
a throw-
stones because
no,
I know
I'm-
who you talking about,
I'm
but we're
just
not
saying,
gonna get into that.
Before hats and beards and dreads, you know,
Ooh.
I've been this way for a long time, and I wear gold. So you know what I mean. People will I've had ex-girlfriends or people that I've dated in the past, like, oh, you know, Marco, you're a little too much. You got a beard, hat, earring, gold, and I'm like, I'm sorry, it's just me.
Yeah.
I like it. You know what I mean? And you know,
You
as
were
I
too
grow,
flamboyant for their taste, essentially.
yeah, but I
A
was
little too,
yes,
out there,
but
over
we were,
the top.
We were still
extra,
together, but they
yeah.
would say like extra is a word that I got a lot. I'm like, you're so
Mhm.
extra. But you're not really that extra, but you just come across as being extra. But I was like, well, this is just me. I love wearing hats.
Yeah.
I am 6'2", so and now I'm like right now I fluctuate. I'm probably between 225 and 235,
Oh,
whatever.
there you go.
But you know, so like I'm a bigger guy. We're both bigger guys.
Yeah.
So as a bigger individual, there's a presence that comes
Mhm.
with it. But there are short individuals that have presence as well.
Yeah.
You know, so I do think that in my career it has helped me, and now it's part of my brand.
Got it.
I make sure that I have to be in the gym at least 3 times a week, just for my own sanity. At this point, it helps.
That's what I
me.
use the gym as a
Yeah.
place to decompress.
I need to feel like, okay, you know what? I need to feel like, yo, Marco, who are you, son? You know what I'm saying? Are you Marco G still? Throw the weight around. Throw the weight around. Like, you know what I mean? Every so often, like, okay, you know what I mean? I want to be able to know I still could body somebody. You know what I mean? If I need to, you know what I'm saying? If I need to body somebody.
And neat way. Being a bigger person in society, have you ever had insecurities with that being bigger? Have you
Well-
ever walked into a room feeling like the odd man out, seeing like everyone fit a certain model, or because I don't think either of us have ever gone like on auditions, or maybe you have.
Yeah.
Have you ever walked into a room saying like, "Damn, like everyone is not. I'm not that archetype
So-
that everyone is looking for. I'm definitely the bigger, blacker person
But see,
in
the
the
thing
room."
is, I was always a small guy. So when I used to model,
Yeah.
right? And when I was a model, I was lean.
What kind of model were you?
Listen, go back to the.
I ain't googling.
You could Google some shit.
I ain't doing that.
But listen, I was a slim guy, and
Were you Tyson Beckford?
I've done,
Exactly.
I've
Continue.
I've worked with him.
Ooh. In what way? Where's the video?
Listen,
All right
easy.
now.
Shout out to Tyson.
As you were.
But my thing is that yeah, I was modeling, but now I could never. I mean,
Actually, I disagree. I think now you could.
no, I could.
I think now because everyone's looking for all inclusivity.
But what I was doing back then was, it was like high
Fashion,
fashion,
yeah.
runway stuff. You got to be slim.
You have to be off the. You have to be off the rack size.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So now, I was a 42. Now I'm a 46. You know what I'm saying? And I like when I got bigger. I loved it because I was so
Yeah.
skinny for such a long time. But we actually went through something that one time we went to that hotel.
We talked about it. We're not gonna go back into that.
Should we not
Y'all
go
can
back
listen.
in?
Y'all can listen to that episode.
But the fact that we
Go
no, real
on
quick,
back.
the fact that we were 2 bigger
Yeah.
guys, we walked in the elevator and like it was like stereotype. Oh, you football players? Are you football players? It was a joke. It wasn't.
And yes, we did play football, but you don't have to say that shit.
But yeah, what was your question? I'm sorry.
It's fine. It was basically about you being insecure about your bigness and all that stuff, or just your body, or ever it hinder you.
Throughout my life,
I can speak to myself about that. I definitely had insecurities about my
Okay.
body image growing up and everything like that. Being in a sea of skinny white people, whether it be at school or just like in society, I didn't know where I fit in because I was always just the bigger person. In my early 20s,
You were always a bigger person.
I was always a bigger person,
Okay.
and just naturally, and even like. It was just what it was. I remember when I was in 2nd grade, my teacher told my mom that like she needs to put me on a diet, and we left that school that day, and I transferred out of that school. My mom was like, "What's not going to happen? For one, you're not going to teach me how to parent my child, nor are you going to call my kid who's growing up to lose weight. We'll figure it out. As long as the doctor's saying he's healthy, we'll do whatever we need to do."
Though. Your mom didn't tell you that.
She didn't tell me that at the time, but she
Correct,
told me
that's good.
later in life and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was always a bigger kid, and I played sports, but I've always been active. I can run really fast. I've always been that person. But growing up, especially seeing how my body was changing, especially in my early 20s, like decades ago, it was I was smaller. I got smaller, and I started getting more attention being smaller. And I was never like tiny, but everything kind of was a different size. I think I got down to like a 34 waist, which the only time I was a 34 waist was probably when I was in like middle school. So I got the smallest waist that I've ever had in my life, and I was getting more attention and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then over time, I started working out more and getting bigger, eating
Yeah.
more protein and stuff like that. And things changed, you
Yeah.
know. You started getting the fat tricks, the you know, the
Wow.
comments that like kind of like, you know, people try to stab you with. And
Yeah.
I would walk into these spaces, especially like these gay spaces, and be like looked at and judged based off of how I looked and size wise. Because
mean-
for one, the face card never declines. The boy is cute, he's handsome, he knows that. But the rest of me was not even, you know, even attached or attracted to until I either mentioned what it is that I did, or there was some type of attraction to like what I can bring instead of who I am.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like gay men scrutinize each other.
100,000,000,000%.
Uh-huh.
That is, yes.
I mean, we see it so much in entertainment. Like, I feel like, you know, gay men are so, you know, entertainment savvy, fashion savvy.
100%.
So it's like a lot of times.
And we base a lot of the things on what we see as popular, trending, and what's going to make us more successful in life. And that's, I never like to follow trends at all. I like to
like to
follow.
set the trends.
I like to, okay, I know
what I
that's
mean?
right.
Uh-huh.
I agree. I like to set the trends or just do what I like to do. And I like to follow what I like to follow. But I would be lying. I would be lying if I said I never fell into that idea of scrutiny or judging people based off of what I seen or what I did or who I was around.
Yeah.
And I know over time in my life, as I've gotten older, I've separated myself from those people because I like genuine experiences and just getting to know people based off of just, you know, the integrity of who they are and not what they look like. But I would be lying if I said I never partook in those kind of conversations. Like, look at that motherfucker over there looking like, why is he wearing that? Look at those hoes. Look what kind of shoes are those?
Damn, Pat.
And all that stuff.
So
But I
one
was
time you
lying.
were a follower, but now you're a leader. Okay.
Yeah.
No, we all
Were you
grow.
not? Were you not? Did you never partake in those? Like,
Because you want to know something.
guys judge girls.
But that's what I'm saying. I started out, I was the one that was picked on. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and I was the scrawny kid that
So
was
you were
picked
never the
on.
bully.
I was never the bully.
Got it.
I was never the bully.
Mhm.
But as I came into, I always felt like one day I'm gonna be me. I always saw me.
You always knew you would get to that place.
I was always this alpha.
Yeah.
But you know, I was just always a fun-loving guy. People see me now from back that knew me in junior high and high school. They're like, "Yo, dude."
But
like,
do you think, isn't it funny? It's funny that you mentioned this fun-loving guy because I often read and hear these things about people who are insecure, whether they're skinny or bigger. They tend to want to be loved, so they're always like the funny person. They're always a person.
Yep.
So there's always another narrative that you create, so people aren't talking about the things that you're trying to hide.
Chris Farley.
Why is it like? But think about it this way: the funniest comedians were always bigger. Like, remember Seth Rogen when he lost weight? Everyone loves Bigger Luther. Like, everyone loves
Big
those.
Luther. Everybody loves Big
Everyone
Luther.
loves Fat Luther.
Anybody loves Skinny
You know,
Luther.
no one likes him. And you know, and Monique, God bless you, Monique. You know I love you, but also at the same time, she didn't get butt so small because she still had to say all these skinny bitches are evil. Like, you know, there's certain things in our society that if you're bigger, fatter, you have to be the funny one.
Yeah.
And you can't, or you
You're
could
jolly.
be, or you could be malicious, and people are like, oh, they just mad because they're not happy with themselves or anything like that. There's one of the two things when you can be dynamic in many ways, don't you think?
Yeah, but people don't see that. As I said, that's just like a direct product from our society.
Yeah.
Do you okay? So specifically, what like I'll answer this question as well. But specifically, what if you could change? What is something about your body that you don't love?
Probably my stomach. I mean, obviously. I mean, the legs. No, I think it would just be that. But I think that's everyone's issue. Like, I could always do. But listen, I could always do 100 million crunches every night. But I like to eat, and I think I've also gotten to a place in my life where I'm comfortable with what it is that I present and what it is that I am.
Yeah.
And it took a long time for that. And I've been this way for years now. But of course I had those issues and those insecurities, and sometimes they come back when I'm like laying in bed or I see a photo of myself and I'm like, damn, I wish I would have had like, abs of steel or a flat stomach or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there anything with you that you would want to change?
Yeah, but see, like I fluctuate. So like I've always, I've always wanted bigger arms. People feel like I have big arms. Like,
You do.
I appreciate that, but I've always, I think that's the thing, body dysmorphia. You want, you see yourself. Literally, when I went from 160 to 100, like when I was fluctuating between 160 pounds and went to 245, I didn't recognize it. I knew I got bigger, but like my friends were coming up to me like, yo, Marco, what are you on? You look like you're on steroids. And I'd be like,
You didn't even notice it.
No, because you look at yourself every single day.
But we also
you don't see
don't
the
notice.
change.
Yeah,
you
never
don't
notice
see the
your
change.
But you don't even notice your changes when something drastic happens. Your clothes could be falling off of you. You can't even fit your clothes, and you won't even notice it.
Yeah, and it
Until
took
someone points it out.
It was
But
somebody pointing
we
it
live
out.
in a society where people say that it's rude to point something out like that. It's rude to tell someone like, "Are you losing weight? Did you gain weight?" and all that stuff, because it's apropos to say those things to people, especially even if you're close with them. It's rude to ask someone about their weight or if something's going on in regards to how they look.
Yep, you're right. I got myself, when I was at 245, I got myself close to where I was like, yo, this is where I would love to be on a regular basis.
Okay.
But it's also very hard to sustain.
It's hard.
Especially working in the way that I work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there's
In the
days
industry
where it's
that
going to be this, there's going
Yeah.
to be days when it's going to be less.
Working in entertainment, sometimes you have sleepless
I wanted to
nights.
work out last night and I was exhausted. And I just went to bed.
I passed out on my couch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I do this thing. I try to do like 100 push-ups a day, at the very least.
Yeah.
Even when I'm not going to the gym, right? 100 push-ups a day, 100 squats a day. It doesn't always happen, trust me. But I said to myself, I'm going to go home. I'm going to do my 100 squats, 100 push-ups. I did my 100 push-ups during the day.
Yeah.
I wanted to do my 100 squats. I passed the fuck out on that couch. I woke up at like 12:30 in the morning, and I was like, shit, all right, I guess I got to go into the bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you have to be realistic with how your life is, your
And
lifestyle.
you have to show yourself some grace. You can't be like so mad at yourself that, you know, you missed a day of working out or you didn't do what you set out to do.
I will say this, at least once in your life, work to the point where you see yourself in the most ideal light that you can. Because I've done that. So I know what I did, and I know what I need to do to get there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have a little grace in that. It's like, you know what, Marco? Give yourself some leeway, because when you were looking like that, or how you wanted to look, you were doing this, this, and this. You can't do that right now. You got a daughter. You're working so much every day of the week. Give yourself a little leeway, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, isn't it sad that we're our biggest critics? We're the hardest on ourselves than we are on anybody else. I always say, like, no one can say anything mean to me that I can't already thought of or said to myself. And not as a negative thing.
That
I don't
shit
mean
hurts
that
when
as, I
somebody
don't
else
mean that
says
as
it,
like
though.
I don't mean it as like a negative thing or as like a sad thing. It's just like I think that's how I live life, in a sense of like no one can ever hurt me in that way.
Yeah.
Because for one, I already thought it, and also I'm a gift with the tongue. So anything, meaning that you'll never
God damn
outspeak
it.
me, outtalk me.
God damn it.
Yeah, you just caught it.
God
You just got
damn
it.
it.
You'll never be able to out-talk me, outspeak me, outwit me, outsharp me,
I'm
none
a
of
gift
that
with
stuff.
the tongue too.
Meaning that, and I think that is why I kind of say anyone can kind of say anything with the intent to hurt me, that I'll just be like, whatever, bitch. Like, walk away with that.
Yeah, I have a crew of friends who literally their whole goal in life was just to shit on.
Well, that's just roasting. That's just
Yeah,
how
yeah,
we,
yeah.
that's how we grew up.
But it's like, you know, like you have to.
But
You have
sometimes
to
those
develop a
roasts,
thick skin.
but every roast has a little bit
Yeah.
of truth, and sometimes they hit that button. You're like, damn.
And
that
some of
was
these guys are
harsh.
cats that I used to work out with. Like,
Yeah.
yo, Marco, you looking whack, son. Your arms is looking mad. Your arms is looking mad skinny, son. You ain't got no traps right now. And I'm like,
Trap? What does that mean?
your trapezoids.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? The
Well, I love
shoulders.
I love a good clavicle moment though, child. I love when I take a photo and I got that V-neck on and I'm like, ooh,
Collarbone.
ugh.
But yeah, so like life is, you cannot allow yourself to let society's ideologies and the way that people think.
But
of
we're not going to
things
get out of that today or
change with you.
tomorrow. So how do we live with what we're dealing with now? What do we do? How do we find those triggers, or how do we find those things that hurt us?
As I was saying, at least once in your life, try to get to that ideal look for
Yeah.
yourself. At least once. And then from there, have like a cool, you know, happy medium.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? This is where I would love to be. If I had more time and continue that fucking workout, that
it.
diet, that process, I can do that. Or maybe you can do that for the rest of your life after you get to that point.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But at least get to that point or come darn close. Darn close.
Darn close.
Darn close.
Darn it. I like that. I always like to say that, especially with the comfortability. It's like I always like to be within a 10-pound frame, in a sense of like, so then I give myself like that window of like
Yeah.
either going to be a little bit less than this, a little bit more than this, but give yourself like those 10 pounds. And then if you either go over or below them, that's when you're like, hold on, what's going on? Something's wrong here. Because I think a lot of people don't realize it takes a lot to gain weight, and it also takes a lot to lose weight. And if people think that, you know, if I eat, yes, if you don't work out, obviously you'll gain some weight, but it takes a lot of calories and a lot of laziness to gain like a pound. So you have to be doing a lot of bad stuff in order for that to happen.
But you know something? We love to eat.
Well, yeah.
That's the thing.
But that's why I work out harder.
Yo,
that's why I'm probably going to
same.
do a 60-hour workout today because I'm
Same.
just like, child, we just
You
had
said
a
a
big old
60-hour
lunch.
workout.
Sorry, 60 minutes.
That's a
Child,
workout.
The water's hitting. The water's hitting.
But for real, no, yeah. So like, we need to do that one time.
Yeah.
Talk about how we eat.
Oh, God. I don't want to get into that conversation.
I love food.
With that being said,
That's why I work
but
out as well.
what's something good about yourself? What's something about your body that you like? We talked a lot about what we like. What do
That's
you like
true.
about yourself? What's something on your body that you like? Actually, hold on.
Love.
Wait,
Like
how
or
did
love?
I said, what's something that you love about your body? And I just, anyway,
What
my
happened?
mind went to some, anyway. What do
It
you
went to
like
your
about,
body,
no, what do you like about your body, Marco?
I don't know what the hell you just thought
Let's
of.
see what the answer's going to be, ladies and gentlemen.
What do I like or love?
What do you love about your body?
What do I love about my body?
Anything on your body?
It's hard to say.
The people listening to hear me laughing, cracking up, know exactly where my mind's going and where these wheels are
No,
turning.
I do love myself.
Okay.
I think we all should love ourselves.
Mhm.
100%. We don't
Yeah.
know. Don't make it seem like I'm conceited or anything. Like, love yourself.
Everyone should always love
You
themselves.
should love yourself.
You should love everything about
Um,
yourself.
But like loving individual, like, or just particular body parts. I mean, yeah, I love my member. I love.
Do you
him.
ever compare your member to other guys when you're in the gym?
Never.
You lying.
Never done that.
You know you lying.
Never.
Never?
Never.
You never peeped at the urinal like,
No.
oh, that's a nice looking.
That's you.
What?
Never done that. No,
I
no,
never said I did that.
I know you have.
I do.
No, I've never done that. I know there's guys that have said I've never done that. It's never been.
All right,
Something I've
y'all.
been
You
interested-
know what? Hit us in the DMs if you ever saw Marco looking.
But I love him. He's my boy.
Yeah.
We've been rocking.
What's his name?
He does have a name. He does have a name.
Let's not reveal that. No.
No, he
Is there
does-
anything else about your body that you like, Marco? You perverted. fuck.
You know what? I do like. It's hard to say I love particular things because
Why?
because that's the point where I
Have you
want
gone
them.
to a place where you love your arms?
I've been there before.
Mm,
I'm not there right now because
Got
I'm not
it.
working out the way I want to work out.
got it. So there's always room for improvement.
That's what
in
I'm
your
saying.
life.
Like
Got
right
it.
now, I'm not. If I was working out a little bit more, a little harder, I would probably be more inclined to say I love certain things.
Got it.
But I mean, I like my chest. People like my chest. It's been like, it's something that
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
huh,
Oh, my God.
huh. But this is not like this is me not working out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You made a face?
No.
Oh, okay.
Did I?
I mean, I like my beard.
Okay.
I like my hair.
It's just like Marco.
I mean, what do you like on yourself? What do you love on
Oh
yourself,
my God,
Patrick?
everything. Let me tell
I
you.
know you love your
just
face
oh,
and your
for sure.
thighs.
That's how I say it. I say it like that in my. No, I really do like facial. Yeah, choke. See, God got your ass on that one. No, I do like my facial features. I love my lips. I love just like the shape of my face. I think it's perfectly symmetrical, and that's what they say is the perfect face. I really love my legs. I really work hard at that, and I think you actually. It's funny that we talk this whole thing about body image, and I do think you are right. And I think if anyone should take anything from this, when you do work hard on something, you should be proud of it. Like I
Yeah.
run a lot, I dance a lot, like I do a lot of leg workouts. So I'm happy when I look at my legs because I know how hard I worked for them.
Mhm.
And you saying that is actually, I feel the same way. Like when you work at something and you accomplish it, you get to a place where you're happy with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what everyone should do. Like just give yourself a little bit of an opportunity to get to the place that you want. And then when you're there, you'll be more happy about it. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? And I think that's great. But yeah, I love my hips, legs, thighs show.
Okay.
Because he be dipping it low. And it don't be coming up slow.
Oh. Well, with that,
Yeah, I think I'm happy with everything. Are you gonna go home and look at yourself naked in the mirror tonight? Because I do that after every shower.
no, not tonight, but I will be in the gym for a long time tomorrow.
Also, because since y'all gonna be listening to this, also give y'all asses some grace with y'all body image. We in the holiday season. We gonna
Yeah.
be eating. We gonna be drinking. Child, things might not be fitting.
Exactly.
This is the time where you're supposed to be enjoying yourself.
Eat
And then
them
you'll get back
pies.
to it at some point. Like, don't give yourself too much of a harsh time when you start realizing that the stomach is out,
I
child.
gotta eat a lot of the
We
pie.
gotta eat a lot of pie. You're a pie person? I'm a cake person.
Nah, I like pumpkin pie.
I gotta go. I'm sitting next to a black man and like pumpkin
I
pie.
love pumpkin pie, preferred.
All right, y'all. Have a good
My
one.
favorite pie, other than the
We in the thick of the holidays. We
other
wearing red.
pie, other than the other pie.
I gotta go.
The other
What's
one.
the other pie?
Huh?
What's the other pie?
Poontang pie.
All right, y'all. I'm out. Bye. Love you. I hate you. I hate you so very much. I hate you.